Good morning, everyone. So today we'll try to understand and learn how do we do analysis. So we are selecting topic of social media and web analytics, um, social and web analytics using R language or R. So you can do this from Python also. I will do that as well. And there are a lot of things that we can analyze, right? So we can analyze the web, uh, it's scraping, and we can of course go for social media. So you can analyze when you say web, we can go for Google, and of course we can uh, go and get Facebook data, FB data, and Twitter. FB you might find some difficulties with privacy settings, but Twitter yes. And also if you have the right access, you can go for YouTube as well, right? So right, so then there are other options that we have. So for this topic, I thought of using YouTube data, and we try to see how we can get some information out of YouTube. Uh, yeah, from YouTube. So for this, initially I'll be using R, R language or R Studio, and then we'll move into the Python, right? So it's important to understand how do you install R and R Studio so you can get going. So that will be quite easy. You can install R Studio first, and then of course R Studio doesn't come with the R package, so you have to install R package as well, right? So I will demonstrate how to do this, don't worry. It's not that difficult to do. And then you can go and do this experiment. So before that, there's one thing. Now, what you understand is there are data around to analyze. So you have to understand that there's plenty of data around for us to look at. So if you look carefully, so I'll take this picture. As you can see, right? So you guys can see there are a lot of data, right? So Giphy, Netflix, Instagram, YouTube, right? So a lot of data for us to analyze. Skype. So some of them we don't have access, but for some of them, yes. So we do get access to most of this data. So now we'll try to see how we can install uh, R to work with our experiment. So initially you have to get R Studio, right? So if you go to this website, R Studio is open source package, so you don't have to pay for it. You can download R Studio. So I have already downloaded and installed, but make sure before you do this installation, right? So before you go and get the R Studio installed, make sure to get the R package, right? So there are several products. So you have to use R Studio on the server or other things, right? So you basically have to get the R Studio, and then you need to have the R package, right? So depending on your operating system, so in my case I'm using wait a second. So from here you can get it. Yeah, this is the one. Yes. Okay, from here you can download the relevant R package. So in my case I download the R. So thereof installation is quite easy. Just install as a normal package. So install both packages, then you are good to go. Right. So then basically you will get this R Studio. So in R Studio you can basically get the console here. So this is the console, right? So you can run your commands directly here, right? So that's one way you can do. So if you want to use a library, so you can give the details of the library, right? Something here. So then you can enter it. So then you can use it. So the other way around is you can go here in the file menu, and then you can say new file, and you can go and get the R script, right? All right, so now so this, from here you can write your scripts. So you can type in something like install packages. So all these commands you can write down here. And when you want to run something, you have to, what you have to do is, you have to, if it is a Mac, you have to say command enter. So then it will run. So I believe in Windows computers, you have to find the key, window enter or something like that. So you can check it from the Google, right? So that's basically what you do. And once you want to run anything, so other than the commands, you can go to the terminal. So terminal is available here. So you can go and directly get your uh, commands run here. Okay. Right. So, and also from right hand side here you will find all the environment variables. So you know, when you run some programs, it will create some environment variables. So this also can be valuable for you to do our analysis. And then you will get all the commands that you have run in the history. So it will be all recorded, right? And yes, so those two are important. And also all your files can be listed down here. So I'm in the home, so I have all these files and directory and locations, right? And also if you have any graphs, you can see the plots here. Initial stage I won't be drawing any plots, but later we can do that. And then the packages, so from here also you can install packages. So you can select the repository, the CRN repository, and you can install, you can give out the name. So this YouTube caption, so likewise you can install any package that you want. So once you type it here, so Twitter, yeah, so Twitter Twitter widget, so it's there. And I don't think Facebook, yeah, I don't think it's there. So that's also can be there. And also if you have a package which already you have downloaded, you can select the second option, and then you can give it through the browser, right? And you can then install it. Right. So those are the options you have, right? Right. So those are the major things that you have to know, right, before you start with this analysis. So the next step is to get permission to access uh, access YouTube, right? So to do that, what I'm going to do, right, I'm going to get access to the YouTube. So to do that, I need to get to the Google Developer Console. So you all have to do this if you want to get, so you can type in Google Developer API YouTube. So that's also fine. So then once you go to YouTube Data API, so that's where we can find our access permissions. All right. So from here you can, so it explains what are the options we have. Right. So it lists down things that what you can do, search content. So all these things are available. Right. All right. So then what you have to do is to get this authentication, you have to go to the Google Developer Console. Okay, we go there, and you need to have a Google account to do this. taking a bit of a time. All right, so it's loaded. So once you come here, you will find the dashboard, and when you go to the library, you can search for YouTube here in the search bar. So I search for YouTube. So there are two options that you will select. One is the YouTube Data API and also YouTube Analytics API. So please select both of them, and then you can go to those pages. And basically you have to enable your API to access those two libraries, basically like access to the data. So you have to allow those two from the Google console, developer console. Alright, so once you go here, you will find this screen. So you have to basically find it, and you have to, so there's a button called enable. I already enabled it, so you have to say enable. Once you enable it, so you get this message, API enabled. So it gives information, retrieve YouTube analytics data, so blah blah blah. So you get information. Even there's a tutorial if you want to follow through how to get the data, and these are the relevant related APIs. And then once you go here, now the important thing is you have to get the credentials to access this. So without the credentials, you will not be able to access any of these things. So you have to, what you have to do is you have to go to credentials tab, and once you go there are few options for you to select, right? So I have already created the credentials, so I'll be using the same credentials. So if you want to create any of these things, what you have to do is basically go as create credentials, and there are two options you can have: the API key and the OAuth client ID. So I'll go as OAuth client ID. I already created one, but I'll create another one. So in this example, so you have to basically select the OAuth client ID, and there say what is your application that you're going to give data or retrieve data. So we are using the RStudio. So I'm using the RStudio app. So you have to go as other, and you have to give YouTube a name, YouTube R data, something, right? So then you can create your OAuth ID, right? So, and once you do that, you'll be able to get this client ID and your client secret. So these things are important. So make sure that you, so I will delete these things after I create the video. So, and this is the client secret. So don't give that away. So yeah, so use this one always, YouTube -R API app, so that will do. So I have that details with me. That's basically all you have to do. So you have the name given, and you have the client ID and the client secret, and also the creation date is there. So you can download this file if you want to, or otherwise you can, from there you can use it. All right. Fine. So now I want to get those values. Okay. Okay. So what I have to do now is I have those values with me. Let me open it up, because I need to get those values when I'm running the program code. Right. So now I have everything that require for me to start doing the analysis, YouTube analytics. So what I'm going to do now, first thing is I want to install library. That's a library called Tuber. So you have to install library Tuber, right? So once you do that. So the tuber is a library which you can use to do the YouTube analytics. So when I type this in, and if I do command enter hereafter, so it will execute the command, right? Alright, so installed. Okay, so otherwise it's easy for you to go here, and then you can install whatever the package, right? So you can type in tuber, so that will run the install command. So the thing is, I've already installed it. So yeah, so this is okay. Install packages tuber. So it will check if there's a need to install, then it will install it. So in my case, it's already installed. So I will not run this. I will stop this. So you can click on the stop button here if you can see it. So that will stop the execution. All right. Yeah. So that's fine. And also I can save this file. So I can give a say YouTube analytics. Yeah. So that will do. So now I have a R script file. I'm going to now load the library. So to load it, I have to give the name. So that is a very simple command enter. So it will load it to the project. So as you can see, there was no error here at this particular place. So everything is fine. So everything is working according to the plan. Right, so I will put some comments loading the tuber package for that, and also I will give this R script file for you to use later. So that's the first step. The second step is I want to get the authentication from YouTube, right? From YouTube, or is it Google? Okay, so that's like the second step. This is the first step, and this will be the second step. Right. So to do that, I need to define my keys. So I will define my YouTube API key, so just a variable value, and I have to provide the API value from here. So that's my client ID. So that's the API key. So I'm going to paste it here. Yeah, so I'm going to paste this here. So yeah, so that's fine. Okay, that's the API key. Then I need to get the secret. So I would say YouTube API secret. So that's like a password. Alright, so I'm going to get that as well. So this is recording. That's the client secret. So I'm going to get that. Okay. And I'm going to go to RStudio and paste it there. So those two are being done. So once you have done those two, you can run these two of course, and those values get added to the my values section, so I can find those details here. Right? All fine. So now I have the details properly inserted to the system. So now I need to get the authentication. So now to do that, there is a function called YouTube OAuth. So they use the OAuth protocol. For that, I need to provide the YouTube API key and also YouTube API secret. And also, ideally, it will return, once I make this call, it will return a token, right? So, so I have to place it like this, and then I have to run this command. So now I have already done this. Now what will happen when you do this one, right? So it will automatically take you to a web page where you get log into the Google account, your Google account, and it will ask for permissions to get your access to get all the data. So so this step is very important. So I'll enter. So basically that step is done for me, right? So I'm not going to do it again. So what happens is basically it's open a web page and it will allow for the access. So once you do that, that will give you a key. So that key has to be inserted here at this location. So once you do that phase, you're already done with the permissions, right? So then you can go ahead with the analysis, right? Okay, so the first one I'll do is a very simple one. Let me get some command. So this command, so this is start the basic analysis, right? So I'm going to start the analysis. So let me first get some comments, uh, from a video, right? So, or I can get some statistics, right? Get some statistics. So I'll do that first. So now I have access to data. So let me get some statistics from a YouTube video. So what I'll do is I'll select video. So let me go to YouTube. I'll go to my channel and the internet is quite slow. Okay, I'll go to the channel. And I select in video to get some statistics. All right. So I have a video here. So there are some like views, 42 views. So let me get the video. Yeah. So what I need is from the video is the ID. Right? So this particular ID. So I'm going to copy that ID. So right, and then I'm going to the studio, and I'm going to run this command. All right. All right. So now the command that I'm going to run is get stats. Get stats. So there when you say get, you have all the commands from Tuber. So there are a lot of commands as you can see. So in the first few, sorry, from here get video details and everything. So you can get all these details from using the Tuber to have access. So I'm going to get stats of a video. So I have to give the video ID. So I have copied that particular video, which I'm going to paste it here, and then I can run this command. All right. So basically, yeah. So I'm getting some information. Okay. Right. So there's not a lot of things. This video. View count is 43, like count is 4, dislike no, and then comment count is 2. So so I can get details like that. And any of these details, if I want to save it somewhere and access it later, right? So what I can do and save. So I'm going to save this as well. So I might need to look at them later. So I'm going to say video comments. Sorry, video stat comments. So I'm going to create that video. Sorry, comments file. Sorry, variable. And then I have to get all these details from here and to redirect to the variable. Right? So then thereafter, what I'm going to do, the third step would be to write all those details to a CSV file, right? So I'm going to get the video stat comments, and then uh, I'm going to get all those details into a file. So I'm going to name that file okay, as we say stat comments.csv. Okay. All right. So now I can run this. Let me check if there is error or something. All right. Things seems to be okay. So if you go here, you can see my variable videos command, so I can get all the details from here without much of a problem. So you can get the ID of the video, view count, like count, dislike count, all these things are there, right? All right. All right. So we have seen the stats. So the next, what I'm going to do, I will try to get the comments from a video, right? So the comments from a video. All right. So to do that, I need to use the command, yeah, get all comments. So that will be the function. So this function usage is quite simple. So then I have to the video ID, then you have to provide the ID. So I will get a video. I don't want a video with a lot of comments. So let me check on yeah, some random one. Can get this. There are a lot of views. There are 390 comments, so that's fine. Okay, so this would be the so let me check the URL, and also this would be the ID. Yeah, so the video is loading. Fine, and I will go to the studio and paste it here. So first I will check on this. Yes, so everything is fine. Okay, I get all these comments. So it's very difficult to read any of these things. So what I have to do now is, as in the previous case, I will create a CSV file. Okay, so I need to send this command here, and this should be comments, video comments, and this should come here as well. Okay, so I don't need two comments here, so video comments. Okay, that would do, and I would say video comments. What's that? Video comments. That should do that. Okay, let me run the commands now. Okay, so ideally I should have written okay, so you can see the video comments here, so I will open that. Alright, so it might take a bit of a time. Alright, so now you can see authors of the comments, so you can get things very fast, so even if you go to the YouTube studio, it will be hard for you to capture all these details at once, but now we have a nice table. Then of course you can run other commands on that to extract information out of it, and also author profile, that's there, author channel URL if they're having a channel, right? So that's there, and also value, and also I'm not sure what is this, and then the text, right, what is displayed, and the original text. So you can see interesting comments, you can extract them. Alright, so all these things are clearly displayed here. Alright, and then what else is there? Okay, then you have like count. Okay, you can get the like count, I believe, for that particular comment. All right, publish and also the ID. So there are a lot of info. As you can see, there's a lot of information about that particular video and the related comments. So these things can be quite useful, right? And everything is saved here in the library. So I got to kill this one. I'll close this too. So it's taking manually. Okay, and I will do this as well. And if you go down in the file section, you will be able to find those files, as you can see here. So you can leave those files, or you can export them, and you can do all these things, right? So that part is fine. So now we have taken the comments, and also then we can get the related videos, right? So that's also is quite interesting. So let me check. Should we get related videos? So this is quite a powerful command. So video ID, I'll use the same video, the song, and then I need these two. So this should go here, and I'll say related videos. And same should go here, and this is related videos. All right, and I'll make a comment also. So get related videos. All right, so now we'll run this. So you can see ran the first command, so it should be searching for related videos. Okay, so it found 94 results. So probably this is displaying part of it. So this is kind of a good way of finding results. So you might be wondering now what I can do with this. So there are so many decisions that you can take to create a video, to market a YouTube channel. So all these things are there, right? So hope you guys can understand. And then if I open the video comments, sorry, related videos, CSV file, so we can get a good idea about the related videos. Okay, so we get a list of them. So you can see the video ID, when it was published. Right, so there are some related videos, 2020 videos, right? So most of them are songs, because I looked at a song, so you get some similar type of song from the same musician or same singer, and some description also there. Okay, and also interestingly, they give out thumbnails, width and heights for some of the details. Yes, and the channel title also, mostly they are music channels, right? So if I get more of a religious video, let me check. So we get a video from Sadhguru, and we run the same thing. Okay, I get this video. which is having a lot of views. Oh, it's a live broadcast. I will put the one here, which is a lot of views. Yeah. So this video, and I take the video ID. Okay, then I will check. I close this one and get related videos too. So I'm going to get it for this one. Okay, so I copy this ID here and same here, and I will say related videos 2, related videos 2, related videos 2. That would be, and I will run all this. So I believe it has a limit of the related videos, so we can find this out. Okay, so yeah, so now we'll check what would be the output. So those are quite interesting ways. So most of the videos are from the same channel, which is Sadhguru channel, and some of them from Bhagavad Gita, inner engineering. You can find interesting similar type of channels also. So it is a quite interesting exercise. All right, so that gives some insight. All right, so I close that. So as the next one, I can get, I can do a search, right? So I can do a search. So now this obvious, that you can do this sort of search in YouTube itself, but this has, you can put things into a kind of a pipeline and can get more things out of it. So this command also can come handy at times. So I have a command called, sorry, so this is to search in search results. So there's a command called YT search. So obviously we have to insert the search term. So I search for SLIIT and so whatever the result should go into variable result, and then I can probably print part of it. So I'm going to get part of the results. So this will be an array. So I'm going to get part of that array. Okay, I'll do this, and let's say I'm going to get this and this. Don't worry too much about the syntax there. So let me check. So this time I'm not going to really put it into a variable. So let me wait for the results. Maybe it's taking a bit of a time. All right. Let's take a bit of a time and okay, so that's fine. This one is okay. So this should be result, but there is a problem with this command. Let me check. Okay, so that time it worked. Then I will run this one. Okay, so I get some results. Okay, it doesn't mean much of things because the way I have interpreted it. Yeah, but if you put your CSV, you will get a better result. So yeah, so that's also something useful to do. And then of course you can get a playlist and all these things. So let me check quick whether we can print this out here. Yeah, that's the variable. Let's check what. Yeah, yeah. So I get a lot of results. So when I type SLIIT, you get channels, yeah, other details and the images. Okay, these are the things that you get. All right. Okay. So the first result is okay. So global village. All right. So that's quite interesting. All right. Next, I think that now we'll probably get the overall idea of what's happening around, right? So how to extract data. So I can do another one probably. So there are a lot more things that we can do, but I don't want to go through all the commands, but to give you the idea that we can scan a lot of results. So I can get a playlist also, get information about the playlist. About the playlist. So this one would do that. So I have selected a random playlist. So then I will run this. Yeah, so that too, and this is the playlist. So I can get some information about this playlist. So likewise, all the elements that you find in, so this is some information about the playlist. That's it. Right, so I can get a lot of information from YouTube in this particular way. All right, so hope it was clear. So I'm going to share this file. You'll be able to get it online, right? So do this exercise, and I'll post the next video, which we're going to do it for Twitter and also Google Analytics. All right, thank you.